Hello, everybody. My name is Kelly Ham, and I'm a real estate broker working for John L. Scott in Kitsap County, Washington. And today I'm doing a lender interview with Lee Nguyen from Veterans Lending Group.
Howdy, how you doing?
Hi, welcome. So when the military veteran comes to you and starts the application process, what are you looking at as far as credit and debt and that kind of thing?
Oh, that's a great question. As soon as they apply, one of the first things I do is verify they're eligible for the VA loan. So that's one thing. And then the next thing is obviously pull credit. And then with the thing about the VA home loan is a lot of people have this misconception, and they do hear this a lot, is that there is a minimum credit score for the VA loan. Technically, there isn't one. The reason why you're hearing there is a minimum credit score is because of what's something called a lender overlay. Every bank has their own requirements when it comes to using their VA loan. So yeah, the VA guidelines specifically say there is no minimum credit score. Every bank may have their own requirements in regards to those minimum credit scores, and they have other lender overlays such as income, credit, stuff like that.
And what is an overlay?
Overlay is just an additional requirement on top of what the VA requires.
Okay.
So if the VA says there's no minimum credit score, that means the bank can impose a minimum credit score to use their VA loan.
Okay.
And there's a number of lender overlays, not just credit. So that could limit, and what that does, it limits the veteran's ability to use their VA home loan like it was intended.
Okay.
So luckily for us, we don't have those types of overlays. So that's
not at all.
That's why we're able to do that client with
Oh,
546
really?
credit
Okay.
score. We write directly to what the VA guidelines say, as long as there's supporting documentation for it.
Okay.
And that's one aspect of it. So we looked at the credit report, they look at the credit scores, and the main thing I'm looking at is credit history.
Okay.
What has happened in the last 12 months to 24 months. If they're mostly clean, if they've been clean, no derogatories in the last 12 months, things generally can move forward. A derogatory is basically a late payment, a collection, a bad remark on your credit report. Something you forgot to do something, right? And it gets officially marked on your credit report. That's a derogatory. So if it's mostly clean for the last 12 months, and most of the stuff has been explainable, or it's an extenuating circumstance, then we generally can move forward. Once we feel like we have a pretty good feel where the credit report's at, they can move forward. Then we ask for all the income verification documents. Now, a good VA pre-approval requires verified documents. A lot of people give what's called a pre-qualification letter. I'll be honest that a pre-qualification letter is not a strong way to go into the market as a home buyer, because nothing's verified. So with the pre-approval, everything is verified, right? Income is verified, the employment's verified. We know that there's nothing stopping you from buying the house, right? If there's something that is stopping you, then we'll stop and just, hey, let's just fix these couple of things, and then we can move forward. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks, sometimes maybe it takes a few months, but at least we address the problem up front, rather than we do it later on in the process, under contract. 2 weeks into the contract, we find out they can't close on the house.
Exactly.
Now that looks really bad on definitely me.
Yes.
Definitely looks bad on you.
Yes.
Looks bad on the listing agent as well.
Yes.
And it just wastes a lot of people's time that shouldn't be wasted if a good pre-approval is done up front. And then once we figure out their budget, figure out what's going on, then we move them forward and give them a pre-approval letter, and then they go from a midnight Zillow warrior swiping left and right on houses to an actual home buyer, right? So, and like I said, if you're not able to move forward, hopefully the lender you're working with, if it's not me, they give you a plan of action how to get to a point of being able to buy a house. Your credit doesn't have to be perfect. We will help you get you to a point where it's good enough to move forward. But for the most part, I generally tell my clients, don't pay off your collections. Let me take a look. If you need to pay it off, I'll let you know. Most times, don't pay it off.
So basically, don't do anything until you've gotten good, solid advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just give us. I mean, the pre-approval is not a test. It's not like an official evaluation of where you're at. It's just a matter of seeing where you're at right now and how do we get you to where you're going.
Yeah, I always tell my clients, you should never receive a no from a lender I send you to. And the answer is never no.
It's a long yes.
Not yet. Maybe not yet, but they should always give you a plan of action before you walk away. And I know you have credit repair things that you guys do.
Yeah, we do. It's something called the Night of Vision program. We have an in-house credit repair program. And it's completely free. So they can get signed up. We have someone that's a credit repair specialist that works on these credit simulators. What would happen to your credit if you were to pay these things off, and so on and so forth.
That's
and they'll work with you for the most part if it's like a 12-month process. Generally, if it's less than that, I can tell my clients, hey, just work on these couple of items. I'll check in with you in like 3 months, see where you're at.